I know.
All right, here we go. Guys, please total it up for the day, total it up for the week. It's out of 40.
I think you wanted me to read them all.
Please pass. Max, your quiz. Please put them in order. Gabriel is collecting your outlines. Please put them in order for me.
Out of 30?
Out of 40.
Ooh.
You give yourself a free 10. What?
Oh my goodness.
Outline, yes, go. Like, huh?
Avery. It's Avery.
Oh my god.
Please listen up.
Oh, make me cheese.
That is not Valentine.
I know, it's handing it to you.
Yeah, like somehow like Gabriel handed me
I was
his
gonna go
and
there for a second.
Happening.
Is it really a majority white people in AP Lang?
Yes.
Yeah.
Majority white people in all AP classes.
Okay,
No, I'm in no way delusional in that, but like,
especially in T's, I used to have that.
That's not racist, it's fact.
And then I was
Yeah,
like,
What?
there for like 2 days, and then I left.
That
class was so.
AP Link classes are like
It was really
liberals, and they're like attack them.
is that like the worst one, AP Lang?
Okay, I'm not
Is it fun?
White, very liberal.
Yeah, it's all Republican.
No, AP Link.
That would be conservative.
All of my AP Link. All my AP Link are liberal.
You can be
Yeah,
conservative.
ours is
and not
terrible,
liberal.
sorry.
You can be
Okay.
conservative.
But yeah, but liberal isn't like liberal isn't conservative.
Liberal and conservative. Yeah.
I'm very liberal conservative. You
Well,
know?
like
That's
they're saying
more
gender.
conservative people, the rest are liberal, so like when someone says something, they all attack. It gets really bad
It's
sometimes.
like a bunch of hyenas.
Yeah.
And the one liberal in the room is like a zebra.
No,
And
for
it's- yeah, in our
No,
class.
no, that's my class.
Yeah, and it's like once the zebra says like, oh, we should have free health, and all hyenas are like guns.
For us, it's the other way around.
How PC is like the most diverse class.
Is it?
AP Calc is diverse, yeah. My career is
My calc class.
AP
is all
Psych
white
is
people.
pretty diverse. We pull from
Psych
everywhere.
is awesome.
Wait,
It's my favorite
There's-
class.
wait, my
Damn.
my calc class has one person of non-white descent.
No, okay,
Color.
I'm a minority. A minority.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like. I don't want to get into that.
AP World. It is pasty.
Fox on 4 class in their first period, and it's so boring.
Sorry, I can call it.
Oh my god.
Does that mean you like this class better?
Yeah, it's not important.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like,
Hey,
you're
survival of the
holding your
fittest dog.
phone and it's boring. It's just.
No, tomorrow I start World War I. We're
Oh,
killing
nice.
everybody. Here we go. Please listen up. Guys, you still have a test tomorrow. Whether I cover content or not, I don't care. So, when tomorrow, I am prepared to curve the test.
Why?
I think it would be that big of a deal. Nico, I'm over it. I am prepared to curve the test if necessary for tomorrow. I thought and I still believe it was important for us to stop, have genuine conversation about what's happening. So that really kind of cost us a day and a half. With that being said, I don't want you to go into tonight being like, oh my God, I don't know anything and think I'm going to screw you over. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So please know that I am willing to curve. I have the test right here. I'm going to start asking you questions. One question I'm going to straight up just have you copy down. So I'm here helping you. You're not alone. You're not totally screwed for tomorrow's test. I am willing to curve, and I'm going to tell you what you need to know for today. So have your focus, study guide, and whiteboard on your desk. I do want to just say one thing about our drills from this morning. While I was out there, I was talking to Masano. Masano pointed out something that I haven't been able to kind of shake off. If you've already had lunch today, or you're going to lunch like I am next period, what I would like you to do during your lunch period, or even right now while you're sitting here, during lunch, 1/3 of our population is just hanging out. Just hanging out on our open campus. With that being said, wherever you sit at lunch, you have to figure out where you would go in case there is a lockdown. Now, keep in mind, the procedure is for lockdowns that I have to go to my door immediately and open my door, lock my door, and then any kid I see in the hallway, I'm to pull into my classrooms. So wherever you are, there's always going to be a classroom teacher standing by their door pulling kids in. So if you're here on this back patio, I want you to be coming to my classroom, obviously because I love you more than strangers. But you need to figure out what classroom you're going to go to first. Like, where is the closest place you can get inside? So, with that being said, if you're out here, you should be going into any of these classrooms along here. The teacher's going to be at the door. You need to come in very, very quickly. You need to run. I'm going to be screaming curse words at you, but that's just to motivate you. But yes, you do need to figure it out. If you're in the media center, Mr. Penn will be there. He'll be directing you what to do. If you're in the auditorium, Mr. Frankie knows exactly what to do. So just listen to the directions that are being screamed at you, yes? Listen, be receptive, and move quickly. If you're in the cafeteria, you do have administrators in there with you. But a lot of those doors from the cafeteria go straight out to the back parking lots, correct? By the field. That's where I would go first. You don't have to get to a classroom, you have to get out. If you're back here, classrooms are safer than trying to run. Now, if you can get to the field house, that's where I would go. Is straight if you can. Does that make sense? If you're over by the band room, then I would just run to where we went this morning, run to Dale Mabry. Just stand out there by the gate. So depending on where you are is where you need to think of. But you need to have a plan. Can we agree? Because 1/3 of the school is moving at all times during these 3 lunch periods. So if we went into lockdown right now, I'm going to go out there and start cursing at kids to get the hell in my classroom. And we're all going to pile in. And we're all going to be sitting on top of each other. It's going to be awesome. Good thing I have plenty of water back there. So, okay. So, please think about it think about where you sit, where would you go, because you need to have a plan. If you're back here, in this area back here, I don't know where you would go. We're opposite of where they are, I guess, right?
Wait, what?
Because if God forbid, there is a shooter who comes in that back patio, I mean, there's not a ton of ways to escape. You run the opposite way.
No, I would not go South Hall.
I would stay away from South Hall if you don't have to be in South Hall.
Why?
It's just a traditional classroom hallway. I mean, there's just masses of people. You know what I mean? That's why, I'm out here.
So you want to be in the least crowded area, and you want to run for the least crowded exit.
There you go. So,
I'd like Queen.
well, and that's a really great one. However, so will you please do me that favor today during lunch, or if you've already had it, think about where you go, please, because this is 2018. This is the world we live in. All right, here we go on your whiteboard. If I don't get through all the material, I'm going to post it. I'll record another class who will get through it. 7th period are good kids.
Are you saying we
Not
aren't?
good
We're
stuff.
not?
They're good kids.
You're saying we
We
aren't?
move quickly.
They're not as interesting. They just want to get their work done.
Yeah.
Good kids.
Would
Good
you
kids.
rather have a
What are
heart?
we then? Is that it?
Huh?
Would you rather have all brains or a heart? We're the hearts.
We have brains and heart.
Alright.
Don't wink at me. It makes me so uncomfortable. I thought that as soon as I said it. All right, please tell me. A motive that energizes and directs behavior is the definition for what? A motive that energizes and directs behavior is what? So far, no right answers. It's a motivation. Yeah, Valentino. On your whiteboard, what is it called when a salmon swims upstream to spawn? What do we call it?
What?
Oh.
What do we call it? What is it? Morgan. Instinct. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is when, according to Maslow's, when you develop when you develop to one's full potential? Go sit down, Nico. David. Self-actualization. On your whiteboard, what is it called when you help others reach their fullest potential? That's what I do every day. You're welcome, people. Every day I'm here. I know. Hey, I've secured. I belong. Things. What is it, Ella?
Transcendence.
Transcendence. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is it called if I need a job that allows me to be ranked so people know I am very good at what I do? What is it called? What type of need am I trying to satisfy if I want to be ranked so people know I'm very good at my job? What is it, Elijah? Why is it need for achievement, not need for power?
Because when you have a higher ranking, you're not in search of other people, you're just scoring higher.
Yeah, there you go. On your whiteboard. It's like when people at my age, when they go to a bar and start telling you about their SAT score. Like, who the hell cares? Like, yeah, it's a thing. Well, for idiots. For idiots.
Yeah, that.
Huh? No, they don't. Which is like, my husband and I are sitting there like, we beat you by like hundreds of points here. And he's like, no, I didn't. I did also. Huh?
Did you get your
I got 1480 out of 1600. I'm a teacher, by the way.
Wait, what is this?
Good job.
All right, here we go. What is tension that motivates? What is tension that motivates? What is it? What do we got? Oh gosh, people. What is it? Elijah. Drive. Huh? Guys, you all can't fail because some people will study for the test. So now that you know the test will be curved for tomorrow, you either have to go all in.
Yes.
Not at all.
Wait, can
If
you not
you
go?
study- Ella, if you study for this.
Leave Ella alone. Ella has her own goals. Okay, her goals are not your
We're
goals.
also gonna
If
interfere with
it's the same
the
as democracy, you're seizing the means
Huh?
of production.
We have to defend Ella, so tell Ella she
You
can
have to
study.
redistribute the grades.
Because they're strong.
You should just divide it into like
You-
two tests.
You have to redistribute the grades. The average of the class, and everyone gets
choose
the grades.
What is a person who loves haunted houses?
Oh god.
I was gonna say carousels, but that's really not it.
It should be
Adrenaline junkie.
Sensation.
it should be
Oh, right.
thrill instead of
I'm so glad. I will pass your criticism along. What is it, Ella?
Sensation seeker.
Yeah,
On your whiteboard, please tell me what are influenced by stimuli in the body, like food, sex, water. By the way, I'm literally reading off the test here, and I see my boy JR, pretty damn smart, marking off the things on his study guide.
Oh my god, it's genius. Wait, JR.
Oh my
we
god, I
figured
don't
it
know
out.
why.
What is it, Alexis? No,
Whoa.
primary. I'm so sorry, my God.
Whoa, okay.
On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when your body wants to maintain a normal state? Not too stressed. Jackson, you better stop it right now. And you owe me you owe me a marker. Because you're wasting my ink.
Yeah, man.
Oh, checkerboard. Has any answer been checkerboard? No? Cool.
Jack.
wants like right one answer and each box and right the other one's negative.
Exactly.
He's like,
We understand.
I was thinking of
You're
that.
not supposed to agree with that. Just saying.
No. What is it? Kristen. Homeostasis. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is, please tell me, Yerkes-Dodson law believes what type of arousal is best? Good. Valentino.
Moderate.
Moderate. On your whiteboard, what is the lowest tier of Maslow's hierarchy? How's that helpful at all?
8.
You said the.
Check.
Morgan. Physiological. On your whiteboard, Elijah. On your whiteboard, please tell me I am motivated by my own desires and my own needs. I could easily just sit back and say, oh, who cares about AP Psych, but I show up every damn day and I try something.
Yeah, that's for Bennett.
Oh, thank you.
You get paid for it.
I get paid for it?
Yeah, I try it. My job
And you paid like nothing.
It would be so much easier to just say, do you AP Psych?
Yeah, but then you wouldn't get paid. You'd get fired.
That's not true. That's not true. That's actually not true. No. Exactly. They get paid probably more than I do. Ella.
Entrance information.
You do it. You don't do it for the money. You do it because you like it. But then when money's involved, you do it for the money.
And then when the money disappears,
You need that
don't
board
do it.
still.
And then when the money disappears, you don't do it anymore.
That's actually kind of
Okay, there's a couple things you need. So let's get them done.
That's pretty good.
Don't support that. I know how smart you are, don't.
Destination after.
Okay, so I think we left off at, we finished Maslow, right? Alright, so self-determination theory is on your test. So in your application box for self-determination theory, I'm also flipping through this very specific folder here, Valentino. It best fits with the need for affiliation motivation theory. It fits best with need for affiliation motivation theory. That sounds oddly specific. I hope you wrote that down. Cool.
Wait, can you say it again?
It fits best with the type of the need for affiliation motivation.
Seems like that might be something related to tomorrow.
Well, you're the one who couldn't figure out how to asking
Well,
test questions.
See, I wasn't really like looking at
With needs for affiliation?
The reason why it ties very nicely to a need for affiliation is because self-determination theory is all about how a human wants social context, is how we all function within it, and that it's a motivation factor. Like, for instance, some people, hopefully you've never heard this, ladies. I hope you haven't. I think I was hopefully I was part of the dying generation, but when you want to go to a good school to go get an MRS degree, MRS, the Mrs. degree. That you want to go to a good school so you can marry a smart man who's going to make a lot of money. That's why you would want to go to a prestigious school to get an MRS degree.
What's the missing degree? What is that?
Become a rich housewife.
Oh, I know not. Which degree do you choose?
Any degree. So it doesn't matter.
He can't be. That can't be serious, right?
Yeah.
Nico.
No, I understand the joke. What did if they go like, go to a Mrs. degree?
It
and
could
you're
just
like,
be any
I'm gonna go get a
degree.
Mrs. degree, but then like
My uncle asked me if I was like working hard and going to college so I could get married.
I know, but like,
No. Why?
I mean, I think
but like, do people that do that like choose it like?
No, people, like, I've heard other women say, I just wanted to get my
I know.
MRS.
Did you do it like? Did you get like
A communications degree.
Like
That's what you get.
Like, I was like, what like can a BS?
Your advertising degrees. That's what you get.
That's a good profession. They're needed.
Intrinsic motivation we've already covered. So, there's a couple things you need to know about bodily hunger. If you look at the back of your focus, you're going to have room at the top. This is where you should write a couple things down. I'm going to tell you right now what you need. So, you need to know there are the physiological factors of hunger. So write down physiological factors of hunger. There's 4 of them. Here we go. The first one is insulin. You're writing this down at the top of the back of your focus. There's a blank space, plenty of room. The physiological factors of hunger. First one's insulin. Have you never watched TV? It's on every other commercial, I feel like. It is stomach, pancreas, and hypothalamus.
Wait, insulin.
No. I'm literally telling you exactly what you need. This is the, you know how I told you this is the exact question I was going to tell you to write down?
Mhm.
This is that question. It is, what are the physiological factors of hunger? Insulin, stomach, pancreas, hypothalamus. Not corpus callosum. Not corpus callosum.
Do you and Mr. Tate like talk and like say, oh, let's teach the same thing on the same day?
Obviously.
Well, it's just weird because it's happening for like the fourth time now.
Oh, it's because we're awesome. That's why. All right, here we go. So, a couple things you do need to know. This is another thing that's on your test tomorrow. Is that every single one of us has comfort food that we prefer most. Comfort food is based on social cues. What that means is that social cues or social factors are we tie that comfort food to positive events we've had with our family, our friends, or whatever. For instance, my comfort food is apple pie because my mom makes a bomb apple pie. So every time for my birthday, for Christmas, for whatever holiday, my mom would always make apple pie because it was my favorite. That's my comfort food. It makes me happy. Okay? So, on your whiteboard, tell me what is your comfort food. Don't tell me ice cream. Don't tell me pizza. Give me specifics. I like chocolate chip cookie dough. It's a little generic. Step up your game. It's not that great. Ice cream. Tell me the specifics. What is your comfort food? What do you crave when you are like, damn it, I want French fries? They're so good. Of course you. With a name like Valentino, of course you do.
I like grapes. I like grapes.
No.
The hell is that?
Yeah, some sort of.
Oh, okay. That doesn't look like
No,
Reese's.
gnocchi, yeah.
What?
Gnocchi's good.
Yeah.
Ew.
My.
What'd you put?
That is so gross. That's so gross.
Beef jerky.
Dry beef good.
How's that?
Alright, turn to the person near you. Go.
Zebra
Zebra cakes.
What are yours? Chicken fried rice. Monster roll. Toto's.
Pancreas, other type of balance.
5, 4. Abigail, what do you got?
Scotch chocolate.
Scottish chocolate.
That's a little.
Don't judge people.
Yes.
A little fancy over there. What the hell makes it Scottish? Oh, that makes sense. 3, 2, 1. So, your comfort food is based on social factors. You do have a couple questions on anorexia and bulimia, so make sure to make a note. You shouldn't have to really try that hard to know these. You should be aware of them anyway. So anorexia is when a person reduces eating to the point of weight loss that's 15% below the ideal weight. Now, anorexia is when you refuse to eat in order to achieve weight loss. Now, the weight loss is sometimes the goal. It is sometimes, it just happens to be the outcome. People who choose anorexia do it for different reasons. And not everyone is this delicate, frail-looking thing. Some people, during stressful times, they'll fall into their anorexia habits. So it affects people. Gentlemen, I would like to say welcome to the Eating Problem Club. Your demographic is rising at a faster rate. So welcome to Poor Self-Esteem. Yes.
Wait, so how do we find that obesity picture? We just look up fat people.
Oh,
like they're not necessarily obese. Like, how do you find that
They're
photo?
big,
Why
they're
did you
big.
choose that photo?
Some
Same on the book.
The dad bod is that.
The what?
The dad bod's from
The picture next to obesity was like, it was just like obese laboratory rat. This is a rat. Like,
I know, it's on the next slide. Okay, so anorexia, keep in mind. 3, 2. Anorexia is chosen as an opportunity to control things in your life when people feel out of control of their life. Anorexia is done as just a limiting of what you cannot eat to feel a little bit of power, feel a little bit of ego, self-esteem, all that. Now, bulimia is when you have binging and purging. Binging is, of course, when you eat a ton of food, way more than you're supposed to. Then you purge or throw up. Now, throwing up is the most typical way we or people who binge and purge. However, laxatives are also used, which are. What do you mean no?
Just overall, the entire concept is lacking.
Laxatives are also used as well, which is how some people do it as well. Keep in mind, people who are experiencing these disorders, which is what they are, it's not everyone who weighs, 45 pounds and in a hospital. There are people in this room, there are definitely people in this school who've gone through batches of experiencing anorexia or bulimia, especially in times of stress, in times of crisis, in times of low self-esteem. Like I mentioned before, men are now experiencing these things on a much regular basis. With that being said, someone asked me in the last class, well, why is that happening, Ms. Bennett? And I was like, because men's clothing is getting tighter. Your jeans are becoming more fitted. Your shirts are getting tighter than they used to be. With that, like when I was in high school, the boys were wearing Jenko jeans. What's that? It's like that big a pant leg all the way up.
Alright, imagine if like clothing could be like multiplied, it would be like bell-bottom jeans.
All the way up.
Multiplied by 10.
Yeah, they're awful. And then they have this huge hook over here. I mean, not a look is what I'm saying, okay? But men's clothing is becoming tighter, which is making men think about their bodies in a different way than previous. So we're seeing a rise in this. And obviously you guys take selfies and photos all the damn time. And so people are a lot more consciously aware of it. So please keep in mind, be sensitive to the issue. People are suffering and working through these different types of things. My sister had anorexia when she was 17. She got down to 72 pounds. Yeah, she was tiny and so frail and so sick. She got hospitalized. So it's a real thing. You don't know who has it, who's dealing with it. Just because someone doesn't look like teeny tiny like my sister looked, doesn't mean they're not struggling with it. So be sensitive, be kind, be aware, please. All right. There's your rat. That's the one you wanted, right, Elijah?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
All right.
Wait, you didn't go for it.
Yeah, I did. That's all you need. That's literally the test question. Yeah, that's it. It's literally a question. Yes. So, yesterday, take out your whiteboard. I'm going to start asking you some questions. Yesterday, you probably filled in one part where you had the Maslow hierarchy. Today, you'll fill in the other part. So, but before we do that, I'm going to do some boards real quick because I got a little bit of time. On your whiteboard, what are the 4 physiological factors in hunger?
Didn't you say hypo?
Not hippo. Hippo's memory. If you remember what your favorite restaurant is, then I guess it's going to cause your hypothalamus to react. What are they, Patrick?
Insulin, stomach, pancreas, and hypothalamus.
There you go. On your whiteboard, please tell me. Oh, a social cue for hunger is also time. A social cue for hunger is time. Have you ever noticed that you could eat like late breakfast at like 10 and then you see the clocks at noon and you're like, I should be eating now. And then you go in the kitchen, you go grab something to eat.
Yep.
Yeah.
The book said like anticipation for like a meal.
Yeah.
Also pretty-
Thanksgiving.
Okay, like if you had like a heavy snack, like if you had pretty much a mini meal at 4 and it's 6 o'clock and you're like, oh, I could eat again.
Oh, that's what I do every day.
Well, that'll catch up to you, so good luck.
Yeah.
On your whiteboard, please tell me, comfort food is influenced by what type of factors? Comfort food is influenced by what type of factors? Good. Avery. On your whiteboard, salmon swimming upstream in order to spawn are examples of what? What are they? What are they, Alexis? Instincts. On your whiteboard, please tell me. What is... what self-determination theory best fits with what type of motivation?
Oh.
There you go. Ella, what is it?
Need for affiliation.
There you go. What eating disorder is when you binge and purge? Maddie, on your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when you do not eat? There you go. What is it, Gabriel? There you go. All right, so why don't you fill in some of the back? If you have any questions, I'll answer. You should be fine for tomorrow's test. I literally had you copy down like 3 answers. You should be filling in the back of your focus where our study guide, you have a couple times. How much time do we have, T?
7 minutes.
Yeah, so why would you put it away when you have that much blank? Let's fill it in. I'm giving you time now to fill it in.
Who's Charles Wet? Harold Wet. Oh, she came
What are
back
three
to
types of needs?
She's the need check.
Wait, I don't know. I don't have self-theory of motivation.
Yeah.
We did it today. Self-theory of motivation? No, we didn't. We
That's a
did.
self-determination.
Oh, that's for sure. Self-theory of motivation?
Yeah.
It's when you pull, self-theory of motivation is when you pull all of your primary drives and secondary drives, and that motivates you to complete whatever task you have to. Like, for instance, one of McCrae's big goals in life, one of his goals in life is to go on an African safari. It's when your primary and secondary drives are pulled together in order to achieve major goals and motivations. So his big goal is to go on an African safari, and he wants to stay in that Kenyan hotel that have giraffes that eat breakfast with you. Have you seen it? Yeah, the giraffe. They open the windows every morning, and the giraffes come in and eat breakfast with you.
That sounds cool.
It's really cool. I mean, just like their necks and their heads and stuff, but that's like McCrae's dream. So we're going in 5 years. He has put a time. We're going for our 10-year wedding anniversary. That's where we're going.
That's cool.
They have super long boats. Yeah, like.
Well, yeah.
It's his dream, Elijah, not yours. Huh?
What's your
When I'm hungry, I eat. It's like I'm more than a monkey.
I'm more than monkey.
Guys, fill in your focus. You're stuck here anyway. You can't go to sleep. You can't go to bed. Like, you can't, do it now so you don't have to do it. I put up Maslow. I'm assuming this is what you have to fill in on the back of your study guide. So why don't you fill it in?
Do you say arousal approach?
Arousal approach is when our body has feelings of tension that we respond. So when your body tells you that you're really hungry, what do you do? Yep, that's
Is that
right.
the name for drive reduction approach?
Well, no, arousal is those feelings get you. So when you're super anxious would be a better one. When you're anxious, what do? You do whatever you can to try to alleviate that stress, correct?
I eat.
Well, good for
What are
you.
the case That's better. You should drop Minecraft parody songs.
I don't know.
Two busters.
Do you have this down?
I was thinking.
Fill that in right now while you have it.
I'm trying to fill in what I don't have.
I know, on your back of your study guide right there. I see you right there. Fill it in.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to fill in this because I don't have this.
I know, cool.
Oh yeah.
I just did them.
You didn't do humanistic.
Morgan, what question did I answer for you? What was it on? Thank you, Morgan.
Wait,
Thanks, Morgan.
I'm sorry, I didn't know what the question was. Miss Bennett.
No, you answered perfectly.
I'm sorry.
How would you badge
For what?
Wait, I lost my.
Carol Dweck, she's need for affiliation. Need for power, need for achievement.
Does anyone see my dude now?
See, you're done.
Wait, we should turn on
I lost my dude now.
Welcome to my life.
Oh.
Maya, are you done with my work? Are you done with my work? I would say no, that's mark on your face. What does that do? And I hope you're not copying, because you know how I feel about cheating. Copying is cheating. Have we lived that example in this class?
No.
No, but I don't want to.
Huh?
Are we all going to do the same thing? Wow. Close to the same thing.
Close, yeah. But sitting there getting a photo of someone else's is the same thing as my kid from last year having a binder full of for my new kid.
How many days has it been since the
Since he hit me?
The one that they talked about.
Oh, I had a kid, I found the binder,
Yeah.
and then the next day I had a kid cheat on a vocab quiz.
No.
That was like 2 weeks ago?
Wait, the
Last
same
week.
kid?
No.
But how about if he cheated? What if he like?
He did cheat.
I don't know, what if he cheated on the vocab quiz too? That would be fun. You would have been.
Okay, when it needs to be spring break.
Oh.
It needs to be summer. Yeah, it was so
So Maslow became this, right? Humanist.
Humanist. Alexis, are you ready for your big game today? Are you pumped? I'll be following along on Twitter today, getting updates. I'm so excited for
What do you
you.
wish?
What do you have for dinner?
So good.
That's a more important question.
question.
Yes! It's gonna be so good. What time are you leaving? After school?
When during lunch.
It's the power of there's an aura that surrounds you.
Are you all caught up here?
Presence around
Are you good for tomorrow?
his album jungle.
That's his album.
Why didn't you show me when we were doing the quiz? When you had the quiz in front of you, JR. Because you what?
I think he's.
He wasn't what?
I know, but it's so.
You said I put it on your quiz sheet, JR.
I saw my quiz sheet because I agree.
Well then, when you do the last one, I'll check. Goodbye. I guess I didn't need to record the last couple of minutes for this.
Are you
But
considering?
Bye everyone, it was nice